Hello, everyone. Welcome to my virtual kitchen for another cooking class sponsored by Healthy Mothers, Healthy Babies for their Moms for Wellness program. Tonight, I am going to make a very simple dish, but it's very, very nutritious, very easy to make, delicious, and it's something that everybody has a version all over the world. And I'm talking about porridge. And what is porridge, you may ask? Is a comforting bowl of grains that are cooked with milk and are topped with delicious ingredients like fruits and nuts and seeds and whatever you want to put in it, yogurt. And there's also porridge that are done with savory ingredients and they are added like miso, and you can make chicken in, you can put chicken, you can put top it with an egg, like for example, grits. So tonight is all about porridge. So if you are intrigued on what it is and you want to know a little bit more, stay here tonight. My name is Chef Dulce Jimenez. I am a wellness chef and a cooking instructor, as well as a certified health coach for pregnancy. However, all classes is for everyone because the same concept of eating whole foods ingredients, mostly plants, and cooked at home is something that everybody should be doing for good health and to live on optimal health. So it's not only for pregnancy. So let's get started with the ingredients. Now you know a little bit what is porridge. So it's a grain, but a grain could be a vast concept because you can make porridge with quinoa. So I have two screens for easier view. So you can see me talking and you can also see the ingredients that I'm showing or if I'm cutting. So you can make porridge with quinoa. Quinoa is a seed, actually. It's not a grain. Quinoa is a seed. And you can make it for breakfast and it is delicious. You can make it, believe it or not, with rice. You can make porridge with rice. I love this one, basmati organic rice. And of course, the traditional American porridge is made with oats. I like old-fashioned rolled oats for my porridge, or um, the ones that are whole, that are take a little bit longer to cook. That's why these are easier. And that's why this is my go-to for all the recipes. So you have options, but you can also use sticky rice. Actually, I love to make sticky sushi rice, which is this type of rice for my porridge. So you have a lot of options. This is something that you can also use for porridge, which is farro. It's an ancient grain and it's very traditional in Mediterranean cuisine, but it's amazing. I love the grains. It's very fulfilling. It's more nutrient dense than rice, and it has more fiber. So this could be the base of your porridge. Also, cornmeal. Cornmeal. This is yellow cornmeal, and I love the white cornmeal, which is also known as a grits. So grits is a kind of porridge as well. So every grain or any grain that you can just slow cook with milk or a liquid becomes a porridge. Okay, so I'm going to make actually this one. This is corn grits. I'm going to make this one today. I love, love, love this brand and this type. This is the one that my grandmother used to make. So actually, let me see. Should I make this one? No, I'm going to make the regular oats. Oh, these are the other ones that I like. The steel cut oats. These are more nutrient dense and also has more fiber than the roll oats version. So, but this one takes longer. You need to cook it longer. Okay, so these are the grains or the basic or the basis for your grits. So what can you put in your grits? You can put fruits. I love make like different theme porridge. Like for example, apples and cinnamon is a very good combination with almond butter. I love it. It's like an apple pie porridge. I also love make it kind of an Indian type of porridge with ginger, turmeric fresh, and then I grated it the in the oats and in the milk itself. I just I'm going to start cooking my porridge, and I like to do it with plant-based milk. I'm using a combination of cashews and almond, but you can use regular milk and a combination of water. So I like mine pretty creamy. So I don't put a lot of water. So I'm gonna make a big batch so I have for tomorrow. So I'm gonna make uh, half a cup of almond milk. So it's usually 2 cups, I'm sorry, 2 cups of liquid to 1 cup of grain, or even half a cup of grain if you want it very loose. I'm gonna put 1.5 of the plant-based milk, and I'm going to cook the milk. I don't put any sugar, but I do put a little bit of salt to balance the flavor, just a pinch, because that will balance all the flavors that I'm gonna put in it. And once my milk is boiling, I'm going to add the oats and let it soak in that milk for just 5 minutes, okay? Let's wait for this milk to get happy. And I'm thinking of actually, I love my ginger and turmeric in, although I was going to make two different ones, but I'm gonna season my porridge with ginger and turmeric, and I can use it in any other preparation, even if I'm giving, like one is gonna be with apples, the other one with lychee. It doesn't matter because I so love the ginger and turmeric, and I think it's so nutritional. It's anti-inflammatory, helps you with digestion. So it's so nutritious and beneficial for your health that I rather use my fresh ginger and turmeric right in the milk. So let's do that. I'm going to peel a little piece of ginger, not too much. I'm gonna peel like the top of the ginger. And some people use a spoon to peel the ginger, or, peeler, whatever. I just use this. Same with the turmeric. This is fresh turmeric root, which is amazing. And I like a user fresh because unless, whoa, okay, this stove is very, very strong. I like to use it whole because when you buy your ingredients ground and bottled, you know, it takes away that processing, it takes away from your ingredients, takes the nutrients away. So here I'm just going to use a microplane, which I love this tool. And I'm gonna grate a little bit on top. You can make this with coconut milk as well. I'm gonna give a little bit of color. Some ginger. Look at this. It's so awesome. Wow. I already want some. So this is a double duty. You are eating a porridge that is nutritious by itself because of the grain and the milk and the other ingredients you're adding, but also you're adding anti-inflammatory and more nutrients with the turmeric and the ginger. Let me taste the milk. Mm. It has a very light hint of both ingredients. Actually, I like it a little bit more, but you can do it as much as little as you want. Okay, here you have it. So now I'm going to add a cup, actually 3/4 of a cup. 3/4 of a cup, so it's a little bit less than a cup. So 1 1/4 of milk. Okay. So because I'm using whole oats, like rolled oats, this gonna cook in 5 minutes. If I would be using any other oats, it will take longer. So depends on the grain that you're using. Say if you're using farro. So farro takes about 20 minutes. If you're making rice, it takes about 20 minutes. And you need to put maybe more liquid than this. So it all depends what recipe you're following, but this is the main way of doing it. You boil the milk with some flavoring, with a little bit of salt, and then you add your grain, and then you let that grain soak that amazing flavorful milk that you put in it. So I put my timer for 5 minutes, and I don't like it very soupy. I like it a little bit less liquidy. But however, this is going to, for tomorrow, it is going to be very, dry and sticky. So what I do is I warm more milk or water and milk. I warm it in the pot, and then I put my porridge from the refrigerator and I warm it there. I like my porridge warm. But you can see the beautiful colors. You don't have to do what I'm doing right now. You can leave it alone and let it do his thing. Very low heat for 5 minutes, or even turn it off. But because we're in the class, I don't want to leave this too long. So I have it on and I don't want it to burn. So that's why I am stirring it, because this stove is also super, super high. So it has been 5 minutes. I'm going to turn it off and put it aside. I'm going to let it rest for another 5 minutes while I prepare my different ingredients. Okay, so while my porridge is resting, I'm going to create different options of toppings. One is going to be with amazing lychee. I love lychee, and it gives this exotic flavor. And I love lychee and mango. So I'm going to create this exotic porridge, but it's so flavorful. Lychee is amazing, I'm telling you, and so not many people knows about it. such a delicious fruit, and it gives this sweetness and touch of like floral, but not overwhelming floral. You can just pop it in your mouth and just take the seed, obviously with your mouth, but in your mouth, but because I'm using it for my porridge, I need to, take it like this. After you have your baby that you can drink, the best is the lychee martini. It's one, and I did an amazing also salad with pineapple and lychee and mango and cilantro and um, also really delicious for salads because it gives this taste and combines with herbs so well with the cilantro and avocado. So it's a very versatile fruit. Okay, I think I have enough lychee in here. The second flavor I'm making is like an apple pie porridge, and it's going to be with fresh apples. And let me tell you, the way you cut your fruits makes a difference. I want very, very tiny pieces of my fruit because you don't want to have humongous pieces of anything with your porridge. You want it to really blend well. Okay, so cutting little pieces of apple. I leave the skin. If you want to take the skin, up to you, but I buy my apples organic and I wash them well with white vinegar. So I'm gonna keep the skin of my apples. But you need to wash them well, even if you buy them organic, because you don't know how many people have touched the apples. If you don't buy them in bags, even if you buy them in bags, wash them well. Okay, so I'm cutting. And look, that was like a quarter of an apple, and it's a lot. See, it's a lot here. So it's gonna be that. Here I'm gonna put a little bit of mangoes, and you can put, oh, I love it also with grapefruit and strawberries. It's a very good combination. I have lots of mangoes. We're still in mango season here. And again, I'm gonna make them very small. And that does make a difference. Very, very tiny dices of mango. And I'm gonna cut my lychee as well in little tiny pieces. Okay, so I have my porridge that I have rested. So it has been like 10 minutes, 5 minutes in the stove with the low heat and then 5 minute resting. So I'm gonna create a few. Let's see how much I have. So 1, 2. We may have option for a third one. So, and these are going to be awesome for tomorrow. What happened is that because I'm putting the toppings now, I have to eat it cold. I usually like to warm it. So what I do is obviously I put it in the refrigerator without the toppings. And then tomorrow when I'm gonna eat it, you have to eat it right away. But if you put the toppings, it's better to eat it right away. You can also put the toppings and eat it tomorrow, but that's not my preference, to be honest. So what I do is I save it without the toppings, and then I put the toppings at the end. But look, you see how creamy it is? It's very creamy and delicious. For me, I don't need to put sugar. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. So delicious. Okay. Okay, so now I'm ready to put the toppings on my 3 different porridge, right? So I'm gonna make this one here like a peanut butter banana kind of thing. So I'm gonna put a dollop of almond butter. That is about a tablespoon. This is low calorie meal, by the way. Okay. So it's full of nutrients, but it's not a low calorie. So I'm gonna have half of a banana. Again, the cut is important. So I told you before, you don't want big pieces. You want in every bite, you want to have those little pieces of banana. And then as you eat it with the peanut butter, right? I think that's kind of enough. Let's put a little bit more for good luck. Okay, something that I always gonna put in all my porridge, because again, we're looking at nutrients, and this is protein and more fiber. Flaxseed, flaxseed ground. So I'm going to add a little bit, about a teaspoon of flaxseed in all my porridge. I'm adding protein. I'm adding more fiber and omega-3, which we all need. So that's something that I'll add in all of them. You can also add chia seed, but you have to be, when you add chia seed, which is also 8 grams of protein, I'm sorry, 6 grams of protein, 8 grams of fiber, and 5 grams of omega-3. So this is amazing as well. What I found is that it gets really hard the next day. This one is chia, flaxseed, and hemp seed, but you can also have these seeds separately, which I bought this ingredient, but I don't like it that much. I rather buy them separately. So I get the chia, the flaxseed, and the hemp seeds all separately, and then I use it in different preparations, okay? So we're working on this one here. So on this one, I'm going to add, to make it sweet, I have, instead, you can put some like grape or strawberry jelly, because you want that kind of like peanut butter and jelly thing. So I have a guava sauce in here, which I'm going to put on top of my bananas. And a little bit of here. So that's going to be like the jelly part. It's an awesome combination. If you want a little bit more sweet, I'm going to add a little bit of dates. So this is a quarter of a date. Again, cuts is important. I'm going to cut these little pieces and just making sure every bite has kind of the same size. You know, that makes a difference. You know, the meal that you make at home and you're touching it with your hands, you're putting your love, you're putting your time, you're putting your energy, that is to nourishing you and your family. Okay. So here you have it. That's one. So the second one I'm gonna make is like the apple, kind of apple pie play. So I'm gonna put apples. I'm going to put here some golden raisins, which I don't have to cut, but what I do is I try to separate them. You can also put some spices like cinnamon and clove, which I'm gonna put in this one. I'm gonna put here some pumpkin pie spice. I'm gonna put a little bit of my apples and also a little bit in my porridge. Maybe I'll put some seeds in here. I'm gonna put some almonds. Okay. Okay. Now you have two options. Now the third one, I'm gonna make it very tropical. So let's have our mangoes. Our lychee. Oh, this is gonna be amazing. Oh, the smell of the lychee is amazing. I'm gonna put a little bit of that sauce in there. And in this one, I'm gonna put a little bit of coconut. This is desiccated coconut. Maybe you can put a little bit of pistachio, or do I have pistachios? Yeah, I do have a few pistachios in here. So this will be nice with some pistachios. These are plain unsalted pistachios. Okay, so this, what is giving this the sweetness is the fruits and the different components. Like here, you're getting the sweetness from the raisins, here the dates, here this fruit, both fruits are very sweet. So in my opinion, you don't need any more sweetness. Plus the plant-based milk has sweetness as well. So you don't want to put more sweetness. But having said that, you can drizzle a little bit of honey, or my favorite, which is real maple syrup. Real maple syrup, not that pancake syrup, which is different. You can also put some pea protein, or vegan protein, or regular protein. You can actually add it into your porridge when you're cooking it. At the end, when you turn it off, you add a scoop of that. Also, you can add a scoop of yogurt. Actually, I'm going to put a little bit of yogurt in all of them to give it also a little bit of softness. This is amazing. I'm going to put a touch of yogurt in there. Touch of yogurt in here. Wow. My mouth is salivating. Okay. So, I love plain yogurt. I always have it at home. You can make so many things with it. And here you have it. 3 different oat porridge that you can make for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. I hope you like it, and I hope you make it at home. So I prefer you to get some plain yogurt, plain wholemeal yogurt or Greek yogurt, because you can add your own sweetness and your own fresh fruits. When you buy yogurt that has already the fruit in it, they're very, very sweet. So I recommend you to buy them plain and have them to make savory dishes as well as sweet dishes and snacks and dressings and all things. So here you have it, guys. We did a tropical inspired porridge with oats and lychee, mango, coconut flakes, flaxseed. It has some pistachios, a little bit of plain yogurt, and the oats were made with plant-based milk and infused with ginger and turmeric. So this is a really, really good, delicious, nutritious dish. The sixth one we made was a apple pie inspired with apples and pumpkin spice that I make at home. It has some raisins, some shaved almonds. It has again flaxseed and the same porridge. So what I did is I did a big batch of the porridge with only a little bit of salt and seasoned with ginger, fresh ginger and turmeric, and then I make three different versions with the different toppings. That's a good thing. And this will last for tomorrow. It's going to be awesome. And the last one is a play on peanut butter and jelly. So what I did is I did it with bananas and dates and almond butter, a little bit of yogurt as well, yogurt and flaxseed, all of them. And I did a sauce that I had made with guava paste. So I did that for a dessert, but I still had it. Instead of putting jelly, I don't buy that kind of jelly, but you can also make it, which I think is going to be fantastic, with strawberries. You can put a little bit of strawberries and sugar and cook it a little bit in the stove, a little bit of lemon juice, and then you can make like an extra strawberry jam and then put it in your peanut butter and jelly porridge. So I hope you like this class and you try it at home. And which I'm gonna eat, I don't know. I'm torn. I don't know if I'm gonna eat the peanut butter or the, I don't know. I go with a banana and guava. That is so amazing. So this is great, but I like to mix it when I'm gonna eat it. So I like to mix all my ingredients. This is how I eat it. I don't know you, but I mix all my ingredients and make sure I have. That's why I was telling you that the cuts are very important. If you want to put a little bit more of sweetness, I don't think you need it, but you can put a little bit of maple, real maple, or honey. But I mix it very well. Oh my God. And then you have all these flavors. Mm, 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 mm. The banana and the peanut butter and the hint of guava in the background. The date makes it a little bit sweeter as well. Mm. This is so good. Wow. The sweetness of the banana makes a difference. This is not a very sweet one because it has very little dates, very little banana, but you can add a little bit more bananas to your taste. You can make a big plate and have it for breakfast, but I think this is kind of a whole cup in here. So I think this is enough for a good meal. So hope to see you again in another class. And if you're watching me on YouTube, please, 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 please hit like, share it, and come back again for next month cooking class sponsored by Healthy Mothers, Healthy Babies. Good night, guys, or good morning, or good evening, wherever you are. Take care.